Carlos Alcaraz announces a significant change to his 2025 calendar. Carlos Alcaraz has begun designing his ATP 2025 schedule, and there's already a big surprise. The Spaniard has decided to participate in the ATP 500 Rotterdam for the first time in his career. This raises questions about his presence in the South American clay court swing, as the Dutch event is played on indoor hard courts from February 3 to 9, just a week before the Buenos Aires tournament begins. This marks a shift in Alcaraz's planning, as he is set to share the Rotterdam stage with Jannik Sinner. Alcaraz confirms his improvement this season. The Mercian concludes the year with 2 Grand Slam titles and a silver medal at the Olympic Games. At just 21 years old, his career continues its meteoric rise. The end-of-season stretch remains a work in progress for Carlos Alcaraz. However, this doesn't overshadow what has been an excellent 2024. The player from El Palmar continues to make giant strides in his already illustrious career, carving out a bright future for the coming years. Over the past months, the Spaniard has added 4 titles to his collection, including 2 Grand Slam victories, Roland Garros and Wimbledon, the latter for the second time in his career. The 21-year-old became the youngest player to achieve the double of Paris and London, known as the Channel Slam. This milestone highlights the exceptional adaptability of the former world number 1 across different surfaces. Additionally, he claimed the Indian Wells Masters 1000 in the Beijing tournament, both by defeating Jannik Sinner, the dominant force on the professional circuit this season and also a 2-time Grand Slam winner. The Italian, who ended the year atop the rankings, couldn't overcome Alcaraz in any of their 3 matches this season. They faced off in the semifinals of Indian Wells, as well as Roland Garros, and in the championship match in Beijing. A special mention goes to his remarkable performance at the Paris Olympic Games last summer. In his debut at this prestigious event, Alcaraz reached the final without dropping a set, only to face Novak Djokovic in the gold medal match. Djokovic, who made history by securing the last major achievement missing from his resume, had to dig deep against Alcaraz, ultimately winning in 2 tight tie-break sets. The final stretch of the season remains an area for Alcaraz to improve. "Perhaps I'm a player who needs longer breaks to approach big tournaments. I have to reflect on that," he commented after the US Open. It's the main blemish on an otherwise outstanding year for the Spaniard. Carlos Alcaraz: "I wish I had joined the circuit earlier to experience more moments with Nadal. My dream has always been to become world number 1 and win a Grand Slam, and that dream is thanks to Rafa," Alcaraz said of Nadal's legacy in Spanish tennis. Captain David Ferrer and Carlos Alcaraz paid tribute to Nadal alongside Marcel Granollers, narrowly missing a comeback against the Netherlands. Alcaraz reflected on Nadal's departure as the star of the Spanish team's last appearance in Malaga. He said it himself: "Rafa is one of the best ambassadors of tennis. His legacy will be eternal. He has been a key figure not just in tennis but in the world. It's tough for me to follow in his footsteps now that he's leaving. What Rafa has achieved, his career, everything he has done for tennis is incredible. He's one of the greatest athletes in history," insisted the Mercian, who tied the series against Greek Spor. "I've tried to focus on myself, not to think about whether this could be Rafa's last match or tournament," Alcaraz admitted, though it was a challenge. About Nadal, he added, "My first lesson from him is the passion with which he approaches everything. Watching him put his heart into everything, both on and off the court, has been incredible. I'm lucky to have shared moments with him, though not as many as I'd like. I wish I had come onto the circuit earlier. I've always wanted to share experiences with my idol, and I feel fortunate to have done so. It's been a privilege for us younger players to witness the era of Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. These players aren't from this planet and have left people dreaming of what's to come. For those of us coming up, if we don't reach their level, it may feel like a disappointment. I'll give my best every day, as Rafa says, and be at peace with myself for having done so. Year by year, tournament by tournament, I'll strive to be the best I can be. Even if I achieve half of what Rafa has, I'll be very content," Alcaraz concluded emotionally. "My dream has always been to become number 1 and win a Grand Slam, and that dream comes from Rafa. He's shown us the importance of being a good person because achievements alone don't matter. I remember watching him with passion as a kid, thinking I could be like him. Now that I'm here, I realize that everything has a beginning and an end. It's important to enjoy the process and celebrate a retirement that he more than deserves. Rafa has given everything until the very end. We must accept his departure," Alcaraz reflected on the tribute. Ferrer: "Rafa leaves happy and at peace. It's always sad when someone special in the tennis world retires. Rafa has left a mark. It was strange because we were focused on the Davis Cup, and losing is always sad. Everything came together. The important thing is that Rafa leaves happy, at peace, and feeling privileged. A person of his stature, with such humility, is hard to find, said the captain, envisioning Nadal's post-retirement future. Everyone is different. I was tired of so many tributes. I think Rafa will handle it well, happily. He has many interests in life and is a different kind of athlete, a great ambassador for our sport. He loves tennis. He won't travel as intensively but will stay closely involved. It's not like someone who retires and has nothing to do the next day. Rafa's schedule is always full, Ferrer added. Yes, he changed tennis. It wasn't an easy night. A match where I don't think we played poorly, a very even first set decided by small margins. I discussed it with Carlos, a few points could have changed the outcome. In the second set, we were ahead but couldn't close it out. As for Rafa, many moments come to mind. I was fortunate to share the team with him from a young age, and I'll always cherish that. What he's done is remarkable, said Yes. We never wanted the moment of Rafa's retirement to come. He has changed tennis, Spanish sports, and thrilled us all. Everything has an end. We would have loved to win the Davis Cup for him. We thank him for his career and admire him deeply, Yes concluded. Both players, born in 1986, shared the journey with Nadal. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, because Tennis Zone is dedicated to bringing you the best information for the best audience. We share in-depth analyses, exclusive interviews, and comprehensive coverage of everything related to the world of tennis. Join our community and be part of the excitement of the tournaments with us. At Tennis Zone, we strive to provide updated and quality content about players, tournaments, strategies, and the most relevant events in world tennis.